Good evening, weary traveller. Elias Thornwood here, your guide to the forgotten corners of Evermere Castle, a fortress of solitude nestled between mist-cloaked mountains and an ancient whispering forest. Tonight we shall wander its shadowed halls and let its timeless calm quiet your restless mind. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a glassy lake, its waters reflecting the castle's jagged silhouette. Shall we begin? Before us lies the old stone bridge, its arches draped in moss as thick as a baron's beard. The lake's mist swirls around your ankles, cool and damp as we cross. Can you hear the water below? It murmurs tales of knights and drowned secrets, but pay it no mind. Focus instead on the castle gates ahead. Those towering oak doors, studded with iron and carved with strange symbols, coiled serpents, crescent moons, and a warning in Latin. Leave your burdens here. Place your hand on the handle. Cold as a winter's dawn, its frost seeping into your palm. Now push gently, and let the groan of the hinges carry your worries into the night. Step into the great hall, where the air smells of wood smoke and centuries. High above, vaulted ceilings vanish into shadow. And the walls are alive. Not with ghosts, dear listener, with tapestries. Faded scenes of hunts and feasts flutter as we pass. Their threads whispering of grandeur long faded. Touch one, if you dare. Feel the roughness of wool worn thin by time, yet still humming with the laughter of lords and ladies who danced here when Elizabeth I was but a girl. As the echoes of their merriment linger like wood smoke, your gaze drifts to the shadows beneath the archway, where a suit of armor stands sentinel, its breastplate dented from a battle fought when Henry VIII still ruled. Lean closer. Can you smell the faintest trace of gunpowder trapped in its joints? A relic of Flodden Field, they say, where this very steel once turned the tide. As the ghost of battle fades into the stones, turn now to where time has preserved a different kind of hunger. A banquet table sprawls to your right, its goblets crusted with the dregs of celebrations older than memory, yet still heavy with the weight of whispered secrets. Run your finger along the table's edge, splintered oak, polished smooth by generations of hands that feasted here in merriment, or conspired in whispers. But even as the table's scars tell of laughter and whispers, a new warmth calls. Ahead, The hearth crackles to life, its flames chasing away the cold of centuries, as if the very stones remember the hands that once fed this fire, and the hearts that burned beside it. Flames licking at logs as thick as your thigh. Its heat wraps around you like an old friend, while smoke curls upward to join the shadows. Sit a while on the stone bench nearby, still warm from fires lit centuries past. The flames murmur secrets of treaties signed here, of lovers' trysts, of a king who once wept alone in this very spot, his crown heavy with regret. Now, lift your eyes to the gallery above. Do you see them? Portraits of faces half lost to mildew and memory. A stern lord with a falcon on his glove, a lady whose smile holds more mischief than a spring breeze. And there, a child, clutching a doll with one eye missing. They watch us, these silent souls, not with malice, but curiosity. What stories would they tell? I wonder if the walls could speak. As we rise to leave, notice the floor beneath your feet, uneven flagstones carved with symbols older than the hall itself. A labyrinth of Celtic knots, perhaps, or maps to forgotten treasures. The choice is yours, dear listener. For now, let the hearth's crackle and the tapestry's whispers lull you deeper, deeper, until the great hall's mysteries blur with your own dreams. Now, through this shadowed archway, into the gallery of portraits. A long candle-lit hall stretches before us, its walls lined with paintings of Evermere's long-forgotten lords and ladies. As you wander deeper into the gallery, a portrait arrests your gaze, a nobleman frozen in time. His doublet glimmers with pearls stitched like constellations, each catching the candlelight as if holding fragments of long extinguished stars. His expression, a labyrinth of contradictions. The tilt of his chin speaks of pride. Yet shadows pool beneath his eyes, like ink spilled by a weary hand. One palm rests on a book bound in cracked leather, its title obscured by time. The other grips a rose, its petals suspended between bloom and decay. The artist's brushstrokes blur at the edges, as if the very paint resisted capturing the weight this man carried, or the secrets he buried. Feel the draught. It stirs the moth-eaten curtains, their frayed edges brushing the stone floor like spectral fingers. Let its chill remind you, even in stillness, there is movement. Even in silence, there is life. Pause here, before the largest portrait, a towering figure clad in ermine robes as thick as winter's first snow. Sir Alaric, a prominent aristocrat who spent decades traversing deserts and frozen courts to fortify his kingdom's veiled borders, stands rigid, one hand gripping a rusted iron key, the other hovering over an hourglass whose sands have nearly drained. His ermine collar bristles like a storm cloud, framing a face carved from granite, jaw set, eyes sharp as a hawk's, yet shadowed by depths no candle could pierce. Behind him, a stained-glass window fractures moonlight into jagged shards, casting cobalt-blue hues over a desk cluttered with maps etched with borders he once crossed, and a half-unrolled scroll sealed in black wax. A single candle burns low on the table, its flame trembling as if listening to the hourglass's silent tale. What secrets linger in the lines of those maps? What burdens weighed on him in the quiet hours? The weight of roads walked only once, or vows etched deeper than ink. Breathe deeply, and let your own struggles loosen, like sand slipping silently into the dark. Ah, you've noticed. Their gazes follow our every move, steady, silent sentinels from another age. Fear not. These ancestors are not haunters but guardians. Their watchful eyes hold no judgment, only the quiet assurance that you are seen, yet utterly safe. But come, the ancestors' vigil need not weigh on us tonight. This way, through the archway draped in cobwebs, their silken threads glinting like fractured starlight, into the castle's library. Can you smell it? Dust, ink, and the faintest breath of lavender. A balm, perhaps for restless minds, carried here centuries ago by a sleepless scribe who crushed the blossoms between prayers. Shells tower like slumbering titans, their spines cracked with secrets, their pages whispering in tongues of ash and vellum. Touch one lightly, feel the grooves of time etched into leather, the cold kiss of gilded letters spelling titles half lost to shadow. The ephemera of falling stars, lullabies for the chronically wakeful. Here a volume titled The Almanac of Forgotten Dreams, its parchment brittle as an autumn leaf. Open it, and find a pressed violet tucked between chapters, petals still clinging to their twilight hue. As if the flower refused to surrender its dusk-blue soul to the dark. A note in the margin reads, "For nights when the world spins too loudly, read nothing, simply breathe." Let that be your compass, dear traveller. Breathe in and out. As the clock's pendulum sways, measuring not hours but heartbeats of stillness. Close your eyes now. Can you hear it? The faint creak of the shelves settling into their watch, the sigh of a quill laid to rest in an inkwell long dried. Even the dust here moves with purpose, swirling in moonlit eddies to write sonnets only the sleepless could fathom. Stay a while. Let the lavender steep in your lungs. Let the violet's stubborn color stain your thoughts. There are no debts here, no deserts to cross, only the soft arithmetic of your breath counting itself into the infinite. The clock's pendulum slows, slows. Until even time forgets to tally its own passage. Rest now between the lines. The library remembers, so you need not. Follow me through this corridor of whispering stone, where the air grows softer, the shadows warmer. Here we are, the heart of Evermere's solace. A massive 4-poster bed dominates the room, its velvet curtains the color of midnight, drawn open like arms waiting to embrace you. The fireplace roars, casting a golden glow over tapestries of starlit meadows and sleeping stags. Can you smell the lavender? It spills from sachets tucked beneath the pillows. A remedy woven into the very fabric of this room. And the linens. Oh, they're chilled by the castle stone, yet warmed by the hearth's tender breath. Settle into the bed, dear listener. Let its feather mattress cradle you as the curtains sway gently in the draught. The fire's embers whisper tales of days long past, days that, like your worries, have burned down to ash. Outside, the wind hums a lullaby through the castle's cracks. The moon peers through the leaded glass, painting silver streaks on the floor. And the bed's canopy? It's embroidered with constellations. Cygnus, Orion, Ursa Major, their threads frayed but enduring. Close your eyes now, and let the lavender's sigh, the hearth's murmur, and the velvet's hush weave a spell only sleep can break. You are safe here, seen but unjudged, weary but held. Rest, dear traveller. The castle keeps watch, the fire stands guard, and I shall linger at the door until dawn, ensuring nothing stirs you but the sun's first blush.